reasons basically. Okay. So that was where are we right now. Then we go to number 2, this one where you see my cursor, where we want to be in future. So where you want your institute to be in future, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years down the line. So deciding the likely position of the organization in the future, your futuristic vision. 5 to 10 years is the normal time. But since nowadays we have a very fast changing, things are changing very fast. So 5 years is good enough. In olden times, we used to have around 7 years, 10 years also. But I think nowadays 5 years is good enough. So if you see over here, like for example, suppose here the pass percentage was say around 70%, but you want after let us say 5 years, the pass percentage to go let us say 90% or 95% or 100%. So this you can set up a goal over here. What could be pass percentage employment? Say suppose it is say around 50% nowadays. Maybe you want it to be let us say 70% or 80%. Okay, and this is being done through the strategic management system. And what could be the remedies, or what could be the panacea? Maybe you can have more faculty, maybe you can have smart classrooms, improve the teaching learning process and the pass percentage. Maybe you can have a better industry partnership programs. So this could be the possible solutions. There could be many solutions, I'm just saying some of the possible solutions. And then the third is, how do we reach over there? So this is the third part. So first, where are we right now? Number 1, where you want to be after 5, 7, 10, 6 or 8 years, whatever it is, whatever is your the time for the corporate plan or the strategic plan. And then how to reach over there. Okay, so this can be done, like establishing an approach to achieve the vision and implementing it. So how can you, what would be the approach? What would be the strategy? What would be the roadmap basically? What would be the action plan to achieve your vision, and then implementing that thing also. Like this could be done, say, let us say better teaching learning process. This you can see at the bottom, better teaching learning process, better industry academic linkages. And you first make a corporate plan or a strategic plan, which is for the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years, and then from that you take out the annual operational plans. So you take out yearly operational plans. The base is a strategic plan, and from there you take out the yearly plans. We call them as operational plans or tactical plans. So, this could be possible with the new and experienced faculty with industry background. So if you get some good faculty members who are really good and experienced, and who have worked in the industry, so they can make a difference in improving the pass percentage and improving the employment rate of the students also. Okay. So again, the same thing basically, but in a different graphical description. Like you see over here, where are we right now? So identify your position. So here you can write. So where are you right now? You see where my cursor is. In fact, when we take this class in a classroom, in an offline mode, then we interact much more with the participants. Then they have to do all these things, But in an online mode, sometimes you have to keep on speaking, because then there's a break in between. So where are we right now? So this you can identify your position. You can write the things over here where you want to be. So identify the results required. So there you can write where you want to be basically, and then how will you bridge that gap? So whatever is the gap between the futuristic vision and the present thing, how will you bridge that gap? So what could be the possible solutions? So list the solutions over here. So this is the place where you can write the solutions. Okay. This slide I had taken yesterday also, but let me again just revise it. So the same thing basically, if you see at number 1, determining the present position of an organization through a SWOT analysis or any other method evaluation. Number 2 is deciding the likely position of the organization, that is your futuristic vision, and then establishing an approach to achieve the vision and implementing it. So I'm repeating it again and again and again. First, where are we right now? Where we want to be after, say, sometime 5, 6, 7 years, and then how to reach over there. Okay, that is these are the 3 major, the pillars of the strategic planning process, or 3 stages of strategic planning process. Now we will have a sort of a hands-on guide. In fact, when we do this program in an offline listening mode, it is more of a workshop rather than a training program, because we guide the participants to do all these things, So let us have a hands-on guide to support the strategic planning process of your institution. So first, let us discuss the stages and the steps in the strategic planning. So there are three stages, 1, 2, and 3, which we had discussed the last time previously also. In the first stage, there is 1C, that is conduct. Okay, I'll explain little it, conduct. Then in the second, we have 3 C's, craft, create, and construct. And in the third stage, we have again 1C, which is compose. So first stage has 1C, the last stage has again 1C, but the between the second stage has got 3 C's. So total we have 5 C's. So first was conduct of what? Conduct of the information gathering and the analysis, in which we do a lot of research. In fact, I was sharing yesterday also when I did that strategic planning process of the CPSC Manila, Philippines, which took us almost 7 to 8 months. So we did 4 research studies. We went to all these places and we did collected all this data. So information gathering and analysis, I'll explain them in the succeeding slides also. Information gathering and analysis of external assessment. So assessing the external environment. Like for example, in your cases, let us say you're all working in either in a polytechnic or an engineering college or in a university or in a management institution. So what is external assessment? Like nowadays, the government of India is opening up. So they are permitting the foreign universities to come and set up their campuses over here. So still it is in very initial stages, but after let us say after 5 years or maybe after 7 years, now once you have those campuses of the top foreign countries over here, foreign universities over here, the people prefer to go over there rather than coming to your institution. So it could be a threat for you. So you have to foresee all these things and come at par with them. External assessment, then the internal assessment, and then the market assessment, that is the stakeholders assessment. We'll discuss them in detail in the succeeding slides. Then reflection session to identify the critical issues faced by the organization. So once you collect all this data, then you will have a brainstorming session with people sitting, all the internal people sitting over there. A reflection session, that what are the critical issues, keeping all the external assessment, the internal assessment, and then the stakeholders assessment basically. So 3 assessments, external, internal, and the market assessment. You will have a reflection session or a brainstorming session to identify the major critical issues which can affect your organization in the times to come. Okay. The second C is craft. Crafting of what? That is development of strategic vision statement that sets the future direction for the organization. So basically, first you define your vision based on all the previous information. You define your vision and then craft that vision into a vision statement. So it's crafting of a statement basically, because when you write, you write a statement in your institutions. You write a statement. So that is crafting of a strategic vision statement. Third is create mission statement or its review and the revision. In case it is being done for the very first time, you will create a mission statement. So keeping the vision into your mind. So how to implement that vision? You have to write a mission statement. Mission is nothing but implementation of the vision basically. So if it is done for the very first time, you will create a mission statement. If it is already there, then you will review or you will revise that statement. Then construct of strategic goals. Now with a view to achieve your mission, you will have certain goals. Like normally we have one vision statement. We have one or more than one mission statements. There could be 2 to 3 mission statements also. And then for every mission statement, we have the strategic goals. Goals to achieve your mission basically. And the third stage and the last C, fifth C is compose. Compose what? That is the objectives. You have to compose the objectives with a view to accomplish your goals, the strategy goals. You write the objectives to complete or to fulfill those strategy goals. And then preparation of the operational planning based on the strategic planning. So once you have done all this, strategic planning process, then you take out the operational plans. That is a yearly plans from this 5 year, 6 years plan, and then you can revise them midway also. So first you have a strategic plan for the next 5 years, or a corporate plan for the next 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years maybe. Then from there you take out the annual operational plans, which can be revised midway also, because the things can keep on changing. The things are changing very fast nowadays. But there should be a vision, there should be a broader vision, a broader mission, a broader goals, and then you can change these objectives, in the midway also. And developing annual smart objectives. Smart, we know, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time oriented objectives. Okay. So this is like basically a pyramid in which you have the vision at the very top, which guides you basically, which guides your organization. Even you can have a vision for yourself also. The same thing you can replicate in your personal life also. You can have a vision for yourself also. But here I'm talking of the organizations basically. So what is a vision? That is at the top. From vision is normally one. From vision comes your mission. Missions could be either one or more than one also. Then you have the goals and the strategies. Sometimes we club them. We make them as strategic goals. Either you can have the goals separately and the strategy separately, and sometimes we club them to have strategic goals and then the objective. So we have one vision. We have maybe more than one or more than one mission. Then for every mission, we have the strategy goals for every mission. And for every goal, we have the objectives. So that is how this is like a pyramid, which is expanding at the bottom. Okay. So now we go further. So we were talking of this. Let us see this, slide. We have different planning levels, the periods, the description, and the examples. So first was the critical issues. I was talking of the critical issues, the conduct of those research studies basically. So what are the prevailing and the anticipated critical issues? Like your organization may be having certain issues, certain critical issues. Which are those critical issues, and what are the possible anticipated in the future also? So critical issues can reflect the long-standing problems in the organization, the community served, or recent events that are anticipated to have a significant impact on the organization and the community served. So either for your institution or for your stakeholders basically. Which are those issues? The present, as of now, and the anticipated future. Like for example, how do we expand our funding base to keep up with the present future needs? Like some institutions, like if you go to the UP, some of the polytechnics, or maybe majority of the polytechnics, are facing a funding issue. So that is a major problem. I mean, it's very easy to set up a polytechnic or any institution, but to keep it going on, you need to have the funds. So funding is a major issue. So that could be one of the possible problem basically. The solutions can be many, but let us not talk about solutions as of now. Then comes the strategic vision. Vision is for 5 to 10 years, as I was saying. So this describes what we want an organization to look like in ideal terms in the future, the results we should achieve, and the characteristics of the organization. Like for example, an expanded funding base that sustains current operations and supports anticipated program growth. So what was the issue? Issue was there is a lack of fund, but what you want it to be in the next 5 to 10 years, you want a proper good funding base. There should be no funding problem. So that is your vision for your institution. It could be one of the one of the vision basically. So the goals are for the next 3 to 5 years. These are broad statements of what the organization hopes to achieve in the next 3 years. Goals focus on the outcomes or the results and are qualitative in nature. Goals are never quantitative. Goals are always qualitative. The reason is that you can so that you can always do a lot of things under those qualitative things. If it is highly quantitative, then you are bound by the boundaries basically. So, like for example, to expand the organization funding base to support anticipated growth in our programs and the services. Then the strategies are for 1 to 5 years. These are statements of major approaches or the methods for attaining the goals and resolving specific issues. Like for example, generate more revenue from education programs. So what could be the strategies? If the funding base is, let us say, very small, what could be strategies? You increase the fee. That could be one of the strategies. Okay, expand revenue base. Increase contribution of the stakeholders. The stakeholders can contribute more. You can do a lot of when I talk of the stakeholders, we have internal stakeholders also. The faculty, they can do a lot of consultancy programs. They can bring some IRG. So these are all basically you can go to some of the industries and claim their they have this they have the funds for the organizations as a part of their contribution to the society, CSR activities basically. That can also be tapped. Then the objectives are 1 year. These are specific, concrete, measurable statements of what will be done to achieve a goal, generally within a 1 year time frame. Like for example, each engineering department will generate at least rupees 100 lakhs or rupees 1 crore as IRG by March 31st, 2024. So this could be an objective that you give a sort of uh, a a guideline to every engineering department to earn at least rupees 1 crore or rupees 50 lakhs or rupees 20 lakh by the end of the next year. So these goals can be given to them. Okay. Now let us take them in details one by one. So first was conducting the information gathering and the analysis. That was the first thing. The first C. The first is conducting information gathering and analysis. For this we had internal assessment, market assessment, and then the external assessment. So first is the internal assessment. To assess the internal structure, process, and operations of the organization, and based on this assessment, to pinpoint the strengths and the weaknesses. So keeping the internal assessment into your mind, what are the strengths of the organization and what are the weaknesses of the organization. The areas examined include the organizational personnel, how many people are working over there, including the regular and the contractual, fundraising, physical facilities, equipments, use of technology, location, financial condition, management, board of governors, and all these things basically. Second comes the market assessment. The purpose to identify and assess the changes in the needs of and perception of stakeholders. So what do the stakeholders they need from you, or what are their possible future perceptions from you. These may include the consumer of services, that is the student. Students are also your stakeholders basically. What do they expect from you? Parents, funding agencies, if you are taking some sponsored, let us say, training programs or sponsored researches. So those funding agencies, even the CSR of the industries, they expect something from you. The donors, industry, collaborators, and the competitors. So their expectations. The third is the external assessment, to identify and assess the changes and trends in the educational system at the national and global level. So both at the within the country and out of the country, because now we cannot stay aloof from the global level. It's all like a global village basically, which is likely to have a significant impact on it over the next 5 to 10 years. You look at the political factors, economic, technological, internationalization of the education trends. Like nowadays, many people are going to out of the other countries, like from Punjab and all these places. All the students they are running towards Canada or Australia for doing their schooling or doing their college education over there. So this is like a threat, because they're offering maybe better programs over there. So and then determine which changes are opportunities, growth, etc., and which could be the threats. So when you see the internal, you have the strengths and the weaknesses. When you see the external, you have the opportunities and the challenges or the threats basically. So that SWOT analysis, the first two, strengths and weaknesses, are internal. The remaining two, opportunities and the threats or the challenges, are the external basically. Now, this is we have a separate session on the SWOT also by a professor from IIT Roorkee, but this is just one slide only. This SWOT analysis of a company. Uh, what could be the strengths? Like skilled staff could be a strength. Mm, good reputation and brand image, use of technology, quality registration, like ISO, etc., and good financial base. These are the strengths. What could be the weaknesses? Lack of job role clarification. Sometimes people are not even clear about their job roles. Site limitations. Maybe the place where the factory is set up is not at a proper location. Limited range of services or products, and the staff may be aging. What can be the opportunities? Cost reduction. You can reduce the cost of your products or services. Expansion and automation. You can go to the new markets. Acquisitions, capital investment. These are all opportunities. And what could be the threats or the challenges? The law and order situation. It could be a threat. Like in our country, we are quite safe, but in other countries, like if you see what is happening in Sudan, it's a major problem is here. Lack of the risk of takeover. Somebody can take it over your enterprise. Tough competition and political uncertainty. This could be the possible, the challenges. Now there are other techniques also in addition to this SWOT, like records and the reports which can be consulted are like the complaint records. You can see from there what do the stakeholders expect from you and what you're not offering to them. The complaint records, both internal and external, the performance appraisal records, the financial records, quality control records, office memoranda, employee records. Then there could be brainstorming, maybe needed for determining the possible causes and solutions to the problems and deciding which problem or improvement opportunity to work upon. This is a force field diagram. Um, like you have a desired situation. Let us say this is your present market share. I'm talking of a company. This green line is a present market share where my cursor is, mouse is, and this is the desired situation. Now there are certain restraining forces and there are certain driving forces. What could be the restraining forces? Like competitive advertising, like poor customer relations, factory delivery problems. This could be the restraining forces. What could be driving forces? The technology is, let us say, very efficient, good distribution systems, product quality, and advertising. Okay, so you need to have changes, like here, so that you can go to the desired situation. This is the cause and effect diagram, or the Ishikawa or the fishbone diagram, in which we have this. This is the effect, the mouth of the fish, and these are all the causes. So these are the major causes, like men, materials, method, and the machines. These are the four major causes. Under the men, when we talk about the men, we talk of the people, basically, the HR, basically. Like they lack the training, maybe. So this could be the causes. The HR, they lack the training. Maybe the wrong jobs have been assigned to them. This could be a reason. If you talk of the materials, maybe there's a faulty material. Maybe the price is very high, which is causing into over costing. Regarding the methods, maybe you're doing a manual work, not in a automation testing mode. Price setting and not proper. If you talk about the machines, fault in settings and poor maintenance, and all this result in the products not as per the customer's requirements. Similarly, you can have a cause and effect diagram for your institution also. This is for a company, but you can also have it for your institution also. Okay. The second step or the second C is crafting a strategic vision. So the purpose is to develop a strategic vision statement. The vision statement describes what we want the organization to look like in ideal terms in the future. In the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years, where you want your polytechnic or your engineering college to be. What do you foresee basically? The strategic vision statement provides the direction and inspiration for an organization goal setting. A vision is a mental picture of what an organization should look like in the future. It is a vivid, descriptive image. Vivid means very clear. descriptive image of what an institution wants to be or wants to be known for. So what is that USP of the institution? Like let us say BITS Pilani, it's famous for the industry, industry connect. So that is their USP. It's mainly, they have those practice school system, working over there, and that is they are known for basically. So every institution has a certain, a certain USP. So what is your USP, or what you want your institution to have the USP? The vision is then documented in the form of a formal strategic vision statement endorsed by all members of the planning team. So first you have a vision, a vivid picture, and then that picture, you put it in the form of a statement. So that's known as the vision statement. What are the characteristics of a good vision statement? It articulates where the organization wants to go. It reflects the aspirations of the organization or the institution. It should be simple and easy to understand. Like when I go to a lot of engineering colleges, in my MBA and in the NAC also, if you see the vision statement, it is very complex. It is sometimes 3, 4, 5 lines. They have put everything under that vision statement. It's like a mixed vegetable. Put everything inside, which nobody can remember. It's very difficult to understand. Should be simple and easy to understand. Like let us have Microsoft. What is the vision statement? Microsoft is one of the top, IT this thing, giant in the world. The vision statement is a computer on every desk in every home. That's all. A computer on every desk in every home. Simple, simple and easy to understand, which everybody can understand, because the vision should be known to each and every stakeholder. Your internal stakeholders, you have all the faculty members, the staff members, the Marlies, the Chaprasis, everybody should know what is the vision statement. If you make it very complex, nobody will remember. It should be simple and easy to understand. In fact, a good vision statement should not have more than 14 words. Not more than 14, 1 4, not more than 14 words. That is an ideal vision statement, less than 14 words or maximum 14 words. Achievable and realizable, guides and decision making. It gets people attention. It should be compact with a lot of impact. It makes one feel proud to be associated with the institution. It provides a motivating force even in the hard times. So when we have the challenging times, this vision statement should guide you, should motivate you. Should be challenging and stretching beyond the comfort zones. You have to go beyond your comfort zones to achieve your vision. Like becoming 5% better is not a vision, but becoming the best at something is often the strategic vision. Like you are working in a college, let us say in an engineering college. Basically your vision could be to be the best engineering college in the country in the next 5 years or 7 years, or to be the best polytechnic in the state of Uttar Pradesh in the next 5 years, because UP has more than 100 polytechnics, more than 150 polytechnics. So your vision could be to be the best polytechnic in UP in the next 5 years. Simple, everybody can remember. Should be realizable also. Should be, which people can really, realize also. But you have to go beyond your comfort zones also. Visioning is necessary because it influences the future of the institution. It clarifies the future focus and the direction. It ensures commitment from the organization functionaries to bind them into the future focus. Because when you have all this visioning exercise, everybody is involved, including the chief executive. So they have a stake because they're a part of the process. They have something at stake. Now they cannot take, they cannot, shove the responsibility later. So involve all the key stakeholders basically. It creates a base for breakthrough developments. It helps capture the new possibilities. A vision does not depict a personal paradise. It presents a promised land for everyone. It's not for the chief executive. A vision is not for the director or the principal. It is for all the stakeholders of that institution, which include the internal stakeholders, the faculty, staff, all the students, and external stakeholders, the parents, society, industry, world of work, everything, It is meant for everybody, not only for the principal, not only for the director only. Now, how to prepare a strategic vision? So, what is the process of developing a strategic vision? So, form a planning committee that guides the process of crafting the vision. The group scans the environment and prepares a summary report on what are its core businesses. So, what do you do basically? Like in the case of you're all basically you're all academic institutions basically. So, your main aim is education and maybe research, maybe training. These are all basically some of the core businesses. Who are the major stakeholders? What values should be provided to the major stakeholders? How do these compare with the what presently exists? So, what services are you providing right now, or what values are you providing right now? And in the future, in the next 5 years, what you want to be given to them? The planning committee generates questions which lead to a purposeful vision, like a change or addition in the users, change in the work priorities, new thrusts, etc. A draft vision is prepared and communicated to the selected representative stakeholders. The draft vision is refined in the light of the feedback and the suggestions. So first you make a committee which have people from the different stakeholders. That is only a committee, maybe some 10, 15 people only. So prepare a draft vision and then circulate among the major people and then take their feedback and then refine it. The refined vision is finalized and widely circulated. Let me take some of the sample vision statements. This is the CPS's shared vision 2018, the lead HRD intergovernmental organization for sustainable TVET. TVET is technical and vocational education and training that is inclusive, responsive, and innovative to address global changes. This is for the CMEO BOCTEC. You know what is CMEO? CMEO is the Southeastern Asian Ministers of Education organization. It's a regional center for the vocational and technical in Brunei. Brunei is a small country in the Asia Pacific, very rich country. They have a lot of oil. The leading, so their vision statement is the leading center of excellence in vocational and technical education and training in the Southeast Asia. This is for the Microsoft, which I was discussing, a computer on every desk in every home. This is for the Infosys to help our clients meet their goals through our people, services, and the solutions. Again, very simple, to help our clients meet their goals through our people, services, and the solutions. And you can see me with Mr. Narayana Murthy also. In fact, I am on the board of a UN body in Bangkok, and he's also a member of that body. So we generally meet together in those committees. This is for the London School of Business and Management, a transformational and innovative provider of high-quality UK higher education courses in business, computing, and law, as measured by our students, our staff, and by our partners. So this is their vision statement. I repeat, a transformational and innovator, the one which transforms the students, the education which really transforms them, and an innovative provider of high quality UK higher education courses in 3 areas: business, computing, and law, as measured by our students, our staff, and by our partners. So with this, we do our strategic planning exercise, vision exercise basically. Okay, we go to the next C, the third C, which is creating a mission statement. The purpose is to develop an organizational mission statement The mission statement is a broad description of what we do, what we are doing basically, with and for whom we do it, with and for whom, who are your partners and who are your customers, your clients basically, our distinctive competence, and why we do it. So a good mission statement should address all these four things basically: what we do, with and for whom we do, your distinctive competence, and why you're doing all these things. Vision is something to be pursued, while a mission is something to be accomplished. Vision is for the future, for the next 5 7 years. To fulfill that vision, you have to have a mission, which is to be accomplished. A mission statement specifies the institution's purpose or reason for being, why you are there, also termed as raison d'etre or justification for the existence. Effective mission statement addresses the following points, those 4 points. Let me repeat again. Broad description of what you do or what you are. Number 2, with whom and for whom you do it. Third is your distinctive competence. That is, how do you do it differently, better, more effectively than the others. And then why you do it. What is your ultimate end? A mission statement describes an organization in terms of three things: the purpose, why the organization exists, and what it seeks to accomplish. Second is the business, what you're doing basically, the main activity through which the organization tries to fulfill that purpose. And then the values, the principles or the beliefs that guide an organization members as they pursue the organization's purpose. So what is the process of writing a mission? Create a committee with representatives from every department of your institution. Agree on a time frame, decide on a deadline and stick to it. Determine the target audience to whom you are addressing. Okay, because you can have more than one mission also. There's only one vision. You can have 2 to 3 or 4 missions also. So depending on the target audience, you can have separate missions also. So are they your students, parents, teachers, employees, common funding agencies, etc.? Adopt a format for display like cards, posters, calendars, report covers, plaques, etc. For displaying, you can see the vision and the mission being displayed at different places of an institution. If the mission is already there, then you have to revise maybe. So critical review of the existing mission statement. Is the mission statement clear and on target in today's operating environment? Because that mission statement was made maybe, let us say, 5 years back or 3 years back. So you have to review and then maybe you have to revise. Maybe, not necessary, but maybe you have to revise. Does it address the following? So if it addresses those four things basically, then it is okay. If it's not addressing, then you have to revise that mission statement. Okay. So do you have any specific questions or concerns with respect to the mission statement, the present mission statement? Does a mission statement duplicate the mission of any other organization? If so, what should we do about it? You have to think and maybe you have to change your mission statement. Considering the answers to these questions and see if the mission statement needs to be changed in case of an existing mission statement I'm talking about. Now let us take up some of the sample mission statements. This is for the CPSC in 2013-18. It is committed to, they have only one mission statement. It is committed to a progressive TVET. TVET is technical and vocational education and training. Technical, very well. Vocational, our ITIs, the skill set basically, that is all vocational. And what is education and training? Education is the long-term programs, like we have this BTech programs, BBA programs, MTech programs. These are all basically education. And training, like this is a training program. This one, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. These are all training programs. Education is separate. It's a long-term. Trainings are, small duration, mainly focusing on the skills, improving the skill set basically. So committed to a progressive TVET by promoting a culture of excellence in quality assured training, research, and consultancy towards lifelong learning and sustainability. This is for the Microsoft. We shall work with our customers to deliver superior products and services, making it easier for anyone to harness the power of personal computing to their best advantage. So this is the mission statement of the Microsoft. This is for the senior WalkTech. We are committed to assist in strengthening the TVET system of CMO member countries, which are in the Asia Pacific, especially the Southeast Asia Pacific, by enhancing their capabilities through networks and the partnerships in the areas of training, research and development, and information services. This is the mission statements of London School of Business and Management. They have 4 mission statements, not one, but more than one, 4. First is build rewarding careers for our students and staff. Staff means both the academic and the non-academic staff, the teaching and the other staff, supporting staff, basically. Transform our students' lives through provision of a high-quality university experience with a personal touch. Raise the aspirations of our students to attain their full potential, to become independent and critical thinkers and critical learners, and raise the aspirations of our staff by developing, supporting, and empowering them to deliver excellent teaching, research, and scholarship, student support, and service provisions. So this is for the London School of Business and Management. This is for the Infosys. They have 5 mission statements, not 1 or 2, but 5 mission statements. Infosys International Inc. is dedicated to providing the people services and solutions our clients need to meet their information technology challenges and business goals. So the first is work to understand the needs and requirements of our clients before proposing a solution. So what they want basically, before that, what do they need basically? Their needs and the requirements. The second is develop responsive proposals that provide cost-effective solutions to our client needs. Third is deploy the right mix of people and products to deliver value-added services and solutions to our clients. Then follow up on quality of our services and solutions to our clients. And the last is appreciate the trust that our clients put in us as we work with them to improve their business and information technology. I'll share this PPT with all of you in the Google Classroom, so there's no need to write it. So with this, we let all the people, write the mission statements when we have a workshop. So it is like a 5 days workshop, and then they actually write their mission statements. Okay, we go to the 4th C, which is constructing strategic goals. The purpose is to develop strategic goal statements consistent with the vision and the mission. So first, if you see that pyramid, we had the vision, the mission, the goals, and then the strategies, and then the objectives. But we can combine the goals and the strategies to make a strategic goals. So the vision, the mission, the strategy goals, and then the objectives. Either 3, either 4, or you can make it 5 also. To develop a strategic goal statements consistent with the vision and the mission. To accomplish your vision, you make the mission. To accomplish your mission, you prepare the goals. The strategic goals are broad statements of what the organization hopes to achieve in the next 3 years. In fact, the people who are, like very young, they can, even for their personal this thing also, they can make a for their life also. What is my vision for my life in the next, let us say, 30-40 years? You can keep on changing them always. So what is your vision, and for that, what is your mission? What are the goals, and then the objectives? All time tested everything. Goals focus on the outcomes or the results and are qualitative in nature. Mission statements help focus the direction of the goals. Well-defined goals enable the institutions to choose, design, and implement their plans to achieve the mission. Goals are the ultimate destinations of our needs, desires, and the dreams. Since strategic goals are supposed to be accomplished over a longer period of time, a high degree of specificity is not required. We keep them as general, you know. Although the objectives may change depending on the circumstances or the resource constraints, the overall strategic goals will be the same. The objectives which come under the goals, they can keep on changing, but the goals are normally, normally the same. But you can change the goals also. There's no, hard and fast. You can change the goals also, but normally we do not change the goals. Like for example, it's like a guideline on goal setting. The goals, they focus on the major outcomes and the results and are qualitative in nature. Like for example, to expand our funding base to sustain current operations and support anticipated program growth. So this is like a goal. It is a very general goal. It's not specific, general goal. What could be the strategies? The major approaches or methods for attaining the goals and resolving specific issues. Like for example, if you wish to fulfill, let us say, this goal, the strategies could be: number one, generate more revenues from the programs. You're offering a lot of programs, like computer sciences, mechanical, a lot of programs. So generate more revenue from them. Sorry. Increase internal resource generation, the consultancy by the faculty, or testing services, or direct sponsored research. So these could be the possible three, strategies through which you can fulfill the goal of having the more funding basically. Okay. Let me share some of the strategic goals, some examples, some case studies. This is for the CPSC. Strengthen the capacity building of TVET in member countries for sustainable development. You see, they have mainly three goals. First is, it's an intergovernmental organization. They have around 17, 18 member countries. And our main purpose is to build the capacity of the stakeholders. And who are the stakeholders? The people in the TVET system, the technical and vocational system, all the people at the policy level, at the curriculum level, the teachers, the trainers, we build their capacity. So the first is to strengthen the capacity building. It's like an external goal, of our stakeholders basically. Second is enhance synergic partnership. Synergy, I suppose everybody knows synergy. When 2 plus 2 becomes 5 and not 4, that is the synergy. Enhance synergic partnership and networking with the member or potential member countries and development partners. The second goal is on building partnerships. The first goal is on, on doing the capacity building. The second goal, like in this program, let us say, in this program we have 4 nodal centers, and in addition we have more than 44 people from different parts of the country. So you are getting a platform basically. You are getting connected basically. So in this program itself, we are making synergic partnership. The local coordinators of all the other remaining 3, resource nodal centers and other people. You have all the list with all of you. You can connect with them basically. Like Sri Krishna College was doing wonderfully well when we listened to them yesterday. And they have a lot of achievement to their credit. So how they have done it? Maybe the Mulana, they can talk to them. Maybe the Manorasha, they can talk to them. Maybe the remaining, Amritsar, they can talk to them and try to learn how they have done it. And then you do the same thing basically. So this is basically creating a partnership or synergy partnership, networking basically. The third is strengthen the internal efficiency and the effectiveness of the CPSC. Now, if you want to do something which is external, so first you have to train the internal people also. So this is the internal goal. The internal faculty members and the staff members, you need to improve them also. You need to send them for training so that they become competent to do the external thing. So if you see these 3 goals, one is helping the stakeholders. The second is building partnerships, networking. The third is improving the capacity building of the internal stakeholders, basically. Generally, we tend to miss the third portion. You know, we do not, send the faculty and the staff for training courses, basically. So this thing we are missing somehow. This is for the British Airways. They have a lot of goals. The first is to be a safe and secure airline, to deliver a strong and consistent financial performance. Third is to secure a leading share of the air travel business worldwide with a significant presence in all the major geographical markets. And the fourth is to provide overall superior service and good value for the money in every market segment where we compete. That is the fourth goal. And the last is to excel in anticipating, very important, in anticipating and quickly responding to customer needs and competitor activity. So what our customers may need in future, anticipating that, and what our competitors are doing or they may do in future. So anticipating that and taking the timely action, basically. So that is their fifth goal. Okay. Now there could be some theme-based goals also. Like let us say a financial goal, increase the organization's financial strength to support future growth. This is specifically a financial goal, theme-based goal. Or for staffing, like recruiting and retaining the skilled caring staff. This is like a specific goal which is meant only for the staffing. So this way we do all this, the goal setting exercise. And now we go to the last C, which is composing smart objectives. The purpose is to develop annual objectives. Objectives are always annual, yearly basis, consistent with the goals and strategies of the strategic plan. Right? Your strategic plan has a vision, has a mission, has goals, strategies, and then the objectives. The objectives they take care of the strategies and the goals or the strategy goals. Objectives are specific, concrete, measurable statements of what will be done to achieve a goal, generally within a 1 year time frame. Objectives are the core of the organization's annual operational plan that is based on the strategic plan itself. Objectives are written in an active tense and use strong verbs like plan, write, sorry, conduct, produce, etc., rather than learn, understand, feel. Should be active, not passive. So there are three types of objectives. The first is the process, second is the impact objective, third is the outcome objective. So I've taken examples also. The process objectives help you to be more accountable by setting specific numbers and types of activities to be completed by the specific dates. It's like a process. Like for example, by June 2024, the quality management team will train at least 10 new internal quality auditors through live audit experiences within and outside the NITTTR. It is very specific. Numbers have been given. The dates have been given. Specific. By this date, this thing should be done. By this date, this thing should be done. Second is the impact objectives. Impact objectives tell you how you will change the attitudes, knowledge, or behavior in short term and describe the degree to which you expect this change. Like for example, at the end of the training, 10 to 15 NITTTR staff on the training as internal quality auditors would be able to identify the conformities and non-conformities to the ISO standards and provide observations for continual improvement of the processes. Impact. Third is the outcome objectives. Outcome objectives tell what the long-term implications of your program will be by describing the expected outcome for the community. You know what is an outcome and what is an output? Output is immediate. You know, like you do a 4 years BTech program and you expect the students to know certain things at the end of that BTech program. So once they accomplish that BTech program 4 years, these are like output. Outcome is little long term. After 5 years, 6 years, what do you expect them to do in the next 5 to 6? That is outcome basically. So like by 2025, NITTTR would have attained a zero conformity to 5 for 5 straight years. Some sample smart objectives there's a profitability objective. These are all, there can be some theme based also. Like for example, to achieve a 20% return on capital employed by August 2024. So it's a specific. By this date, you want this much of return. Okay. Everything is very specific, smart, specific, measurable. Okay. Like market share objectives, to gain 25% of the market for Kanpur manufactured shoes by September 2024. Promotion objectives, to increase the awareness of the dangers of the AIDS in India from 12% to 50% by June 2024. Okay, so these are all specific and time bound. So this way we do the objective doing exercise basically. Okay. Then we go to the third part of the presentation, the last part of the presentation, which is ensure implementation of the new plan. So you have made the operational, the strategic plan. Now how to ensure the implementation of the strategic plan basically. The following guidelines will help ensure that the plan is implemented. When conducting the planning process, involve the people who will be responsible for implementing the plan. Some people will be made in charge of the implementation. They should always be a part of the planning process basically, all the process. Use a cross-functional team to ensure the plan is realistic and collaborative. People from all the different areas, from the account section, establishments, administration section, the faculty, the staff, everybody should be there. All the stakeholders should be there. Ensure that the plan is realistic. Continue asking planning participants, is this realistic? Can we really do this? Okay. Organize the overall strategic plan into smaller action plans, including an action plan or work plan for each committee on the board. In the overall planning document, specify who is doing what and by when. In the implementation section of the plan, specify and clarify the plan's implementation rules and responsibilities. Be sure to detail particularly the first 90 days of implementation. Very important, I repeat. Be sure to detail particularly the first 90 days of implementation. Build in regular reviews of implementation of the plan. There could be a quarterly review, there could be a monthly review, there should be a specified duration review. Translate the strategic plans actions into job descriptions and personal performance reviews. Again, very, very important. I repeat, translate the strategic plans actions into job descriptions and personal performance reviews, including the performance of the CEO, the director, or the principal. You see, like nowadays, if you go to if you go to Delhi, all the secretaries and the joint secretaries, so they have been given the task. Like they have to complete all the fulfill all this the vacant positions. So there's a deadline for all of them. So they're on their toes. It is a part of their ACRs, a part of their ABRs. So even the chief executive is also an employee basically. He cannot be immune to all these things. So let these things be part of his performance review also. Communicate the role of follow-ups. Be sure to document and distribute the plan, including inviting review inputs from all. Be sure that one internal person has ultimate responsibility that the plan is executed in a timely fashion. The chief executive support to the plan is a major driver to the plan's implementation. Integrate the plan's goals and the objectives into the chief executive's performance reviews. Very, very important. So I think that is all. With this, I complete my session. Thank you, all of you. Now we still have around 15 minutes. The house is open for the